Good morning, David Smith, West Palm Beach, and the first city commissioner to be elected out of the neighborhood movement 30 years ago, which in turn jump-started the preservation movement in the city. Because some of us lived in old neighborhoods, and because some of us didn't want the city tear down the old armory. The rest is history. 30 years later, it makes me smile to stand up here supporting the changes in the downtown plan that would pair a developer with an old building and its preservation and landmark status that will come with approval, and a new building that is aesthetically compatible and sensitively designed to the site. City government's taking the high road by finding this kind of solution to the landmark status instead of forcing the issue. There are other reasons that I support this change and development, like the reduction in the footprint for one Flagler versus the 95% footprint of what can legally be put on that property now, without any public discourse. We get an acre and a quarter of permanent green space out of the roughly 2 acres of buildable land instead of a 5% green space under the current code. Big buildings downtown and the partial altering of some people's views are not new, but the best way to view our waterfront is to be had by walking down either side of Flagler Drive. I'm sensitive to those who voted for the referendum, but this project doesn't block the waterfront like the Bristol or the Trianon. And for the newer residents who purchased their condos thinking that their views were somehow guaranteed, I can even relate to that because my parents bought a motel back in 1956 on Broadway, back when motels on Broadway were, well, motels on Broadway. The Turnpike opened a very few years after that. Again, the rest is history, and we survived. What you're doing this morning is not like your 6th grade math book. The answers are not in the back of the book. It's the greater good balanced with the individual concerns. Please support these changes in a plan that would allow this opportunity, the new jobs, the significant revenue for the city, and preservation of an old building by a significantly heretofore unrecognized architect, something that the city could use more of. Thank you.